Okay. So, okay, you see what we have right now? Okay, wait, let me get up here. Oh, dang it. Okay, I gotta highlight Afghanistan in here as well. Okay, hold on. Are we cooking Spalvard or are we hardly cooking?
No, we're not doing anything. This is just dumb.
No, it's peak.
It's not peak,
Okay,
though.
so then we have Iran, who's also gonna invade Balochistan.
This is so dumb.
Okay, so now hypothetically, who would win this?
I think I know.
Okay, but okay, let's use our context clues here.
Context clues! You're saying context clues, huh?
Okay, we're also gonna have the state of Bihar fall into anarchy, because it's so poor.
That probably brings them more order than what they already have.
Yeah. Okay, without Bihar, how much is Hindustan losing here?
Oh, their chances of winning just rose up by like so much.
Okay, yeah, you know, the worst part is you're not even being ironic.
Look, as one fucking like CPI member said back in what 2011, if Bihar was removed from India, India's HDI, GDP per capita, and so many other factors would triple.
Oh my god. Okay.
It would be in the ranks of Eastern European countries, and unironically, that's not even like false.
Okay, so hypothetically, what if we had an Iraqi invasion?
Dude, what if we have an Iraqi invasion? Where did Iraq play into this?
Okay, but then hypothetically, wait, where's Baghdad? Okay, there's Baghdad. Okay, now hypothetically speaking, can I click Baghdad? There we go. Okay, now hypothetically speaking, we then have a pro-US invasion and an uprising in Iraq.
What the fuck do you mean pro-U? What does this have to do?
This means that Iraqi Kurdistan will rise up in support of the US. But then that'll cause a split with the Kurds, so it's like... Now we have a pro- and anti-Kurdish factions all over the place. Okay, you see me? You feel me?
What do you mean, do you feel me? What is this? Try and explain this to like an actual geopolitical analyst.
Okay, let's call. Okay, we have to go get Saudi Arabia. Could we? Okay, let's color Saudi Arabia as backing the U.S. as well here, just for like simplicity's sake. Okay. All right. Then we're gonna have the state of Israel launch an invasion of Saudi Arabia because, and I quote, they're bored.
Yeah, that's actually probably the almost unrealistic thing in the scenario. They're literally buddies. Alright, don't forget, Israel needs a border, they need a fucking buffer for their buffer.
Wait, I got the perfect plan for this, okay. So let's make Israel like a dark blue here. Let's see, we can say that this is Israel, alright? Okay, so first, we have Israel. You see?
Yes, I see.
Okay, then, we're gonna have... Okay, it's a bit too dark. Just like how Israel said it when the Ethiopian Jews came. We have first buffer zone. Actually, wait, no, this will be the second. Because there's also the Golan Heights.
I'm sorry, but Jeremy, what the fuck did Israel expected after invading Drew's territory?
Everything. Okay, then we have the third buffer zone.
The third one.
But that buffer zone's buffer zone's buffer zone. Buffer zone will need a buffer zone. You feel me?
I swear to you, you're gonna go to the Rojava border and you still would need a buffer.
The fourth buffer zone. We're gonna have a buffer zone 4.5 Deus Ex Machina. Alright, you feel me?
What?
Okay, oh god. I actually no okay, you know I was gonna undo that mistake. No, they okay, wait. They need another buffer zone. They need another one. Okay. Click it! Okay, this is buffer zone 4.9 to defend themselves from the Houthis. Alright? You feel me? Okay, and this will be the final buffer zone. It's peak, I know, right?
So Syria is just left with this small little bubble, like south of Turkey.
Okay, and then for a peacekeeping operation. A peacekeeping operation.
Oh, come.
So buffer zone 4.9. Okay, but we don't worry, there's still a saving grace here. We will have Baathist insurgents over here. This will ensure that the land is literally never going to develop even under a new government.
What is this world even about anymore?
Okay. Okay, I have an idea for Jordan. You wanna hear it?
What?
Okay, we're gonna make Jordan black, alright? This is
Jordan!
This is a subtle reference to Kanye West. And
What?
we will name it. Each week they flip-flop on supporting Israel and supporting Iraq, who are actively at war with each other.
That's actually not that far away from the actual geopolitical situation.
Okay, we're then gonna highlight an Azeri occupation zone, which will occupy most of South Azerbaijan. We're also gonna have that occupy all of Armenia. You feel me? But then we're gonna have an Armenian occupation zone, which is occupied by Armenia. it's gonna be.
Now this is getting pretty strange.
We'll also expand the Kurdish forces into Turkey. This is the most hopeful Middle East prediction map. Okay, you know how like
What about this scenario?
Okay, let's get Yemen, Oman, the UAE, Qatar, and Bahrain. Are you seeing the vision here?
No, I'm not.
Okay, first we're gonna add Al Qaeda into Saudi Arabia. They forgot who their allies were.
Al Qaeda isn't even in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, they forgot who their allies were. That's why they're here. Okay, we're gonna have Yemen. Okay, so this is like the actual Yemen Republic, right? Like the one that's a US badge, you know? We're then gonna have the Houthis be in literally every single spot that the Houthis don't control in real life.
Okay.
We will then put the Southern Transitional Council in a very fitting place.
The south, right?
Right here.
Dumbass.
Okay, and then to spice things up, we're gonna have a slave revolt in all the Gulf countries, okay? So let's highlight those.
feel like they'd be working for the Naxalites, though.
Okay, yeah, okay, we'll do that. Where's the United Arab Emirates? Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, then we got Qatar. Then we got Bahrain. Okay, the thing is, we're gonna have the slave revolt appear up in literally everywhere except where there's actually slaves in the country.
No, Abu Dhabi has slaves. Al-Waqariya, they have slaves.
Okay, just pretend they don't. If it didn't
Okay.
happen, and if it did, it's not as bad as people say it is.
Oh my god.
No, the bipolar Republic of Jordan, no. Okay, I gotta get Jordan real quick. We're also gonna have Somalia,
Why Somalia?
Djibouti, and Eritrea, and Egypt, as well as Sudan and South Sudan. We're getting into the nitty gritty, as you can see. Okay, we should probably get a few more. I respect that they have Somalia as it's occupied. Okay, I see. Alright, so as you can see, we've greatly expanded our operations.
Uh-huh. Okay, now going back to the Hindustan-India conflict, who would win this hypothetical war? What are the sides?
We'll do that in a faction map later.
And I'm guessing, I guess India would win.
We're then. We're gonna have Somalia fall to pirates. Okay, you feel me?
Uh-huh.
But then we're gonna undo that scenario. And Somalia is actually going to be a very peaceful democratic republic.
Not really.
Yeah, that will face no conflict. That will face no. They're not gonna go through anything bad, and then actually make a peaceful settlement with Somaliland.
Uh-huh.
Okay, but then the U.S. is gonna, like, ruin this, kind of, and the U.S. is gonna launch an invasion of Somaliland because they built a statue of Trump that one time.
Why was that?
I don't know. They're considering recognizing it for some reason.
I mean, it's already de facto independent anyways.
Yeah. And actually, okay, you see this part of Somaliland?
Yeah.
They lost it.
Oh.
Yeah, pro-government forces took it back. Okay, so you know the Amoro people in Ethiopia?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll use red to signify the Amoro people. And then we're gonna use this blue to signify the Ethiopian government.
Uh-huh.
So it's like, it's pretty peak, right?
It's the exact opposite, though.
Then we're gonna have them take over Tigray.
Oh, hell no.
Okay, so Sudan's, like, anti-RSF offensive has slowed down recently, so you wanna know we're gonna make it.
A Russian goon cave.
And the
Wagner goon cave.
The goon cave.
Why are we turning Sudan into a goon cave?
Okay, but then we're gonna have, like, our goats here. Hold on. Okay, so then we're gonna have, like, we're gonna have, like, we're gonna call it Chad, but it's not actually in Chad. And while we're on that topic, we're gonna expand the Wagner Goon Cave into Chad and the Central African Republic.
You feel me?
Okay.
What even is Chad's? It's TD for some reason. So
TD is because it's the French I'm spelling.
Okay. We gotta move the name out of the way. Actually, no. Let's turn that random Chinese province into the Russian Goon Cave.
Oh my god.
Okay, we're then gonna expand Israel's territory further into Egypt. You feel me? Then we're gonna do Palestine.
I love how Palestine has been untouched throughout this entire thing.
Okay, then we're gonna open up a new Goon Cave in Djibouti.
That is one of the few times where it actually makes sense.
And what should we make Eritrea? What do you think, Spal?
The worst part is there's no way to make Eritrea more goofy than it already is.
Okay, so we're gonna have Ethiopia control parts of Eritrea?
You mean the entire country, basically, because no one lives in that strip.
Wait, really?
I mean, it's like, what, 100,000 people? Nobody basically lives there.
Okay, then we're gonna undo that decision, and we're gonna have Ethiopia occupy the region that nobody lives in, despite it not being connected to the main territory. Okay, now, like, who wins this hypothetical war?
I'm not even gonna try and compute it.
Okay, let me just let me actually save this, so we can make the faction map. You know it's good when Pixel gives you one of these warnings. So, are you ready, Spalvard?
Yes.
Some of these we might actually have to think for a minute on who's siding with who here. Okay, so obviously first we have India and Hindustan's conflict. Ugh. Very professional. We're just gonna like highlight their occupation territories as a part of them because like they both kind of sort of claim each other. Like post-revolt. To go around Baharian anarchy. What even prompted that one politician to say that about Bihar?
He just wasn't a fan.
He was not a fan.
Yeah, how can you tell he just wasn't a fan?
Reasonable crash out.
Okay, but like the reason why he actually said that was because he was complaining that Bihar was like spending way too much of India's budget, which could be spent on way better things like its healthcare system, its welfare system, and a whole lot of other things.
But like it literally is.
The worst part is I can't even disagree with it.
Actually nuke Bihar?
What good has this state brought to this country? Nothing.
The anti-Bahari sentiment Wikipedia article.
Like, okay, all they do is cry, weep that Islam exists, hate crime a Muslim, a monitor lizard. And then cry about how India has a horrible reputation. It's your fault!
Also, we're gonna have the most unrealistic part of the scenario. Sri Lanka is gonna be it's gonna be like the Somalia in this timeline as well. It's gonna be like a peaceful utopia.
It kind of is already that, just not for its Tamil population.
Okay, so first we have, like, India itself, alright?
Well, let's do red-blue.
Okay. Actually, yeah, you're right, okay. Let's have, India, no, that's a bit too confusing. Or, okay, actually, no, wait, I have a better idea. Okay, let's do India itself is orange, alright? Then we'll have it's not to pick a bro man kill himself. We'll have Hindustan be blue. And then, should we have CPI be its own side, or should it, like, not?
Who do you think they're more closer with?
I feel like I see them doing their own thing. Yeah. Okay, and like, okay, with this we'll expand their allies over into the Gulf states. What goes on in the southern province of Oman?
I don't know. But like, this is a totally real story time, by the way. So I was walking across the street until I saw a Bihari. So I at him anyways. What? They're taking up most of the national budget.
Man, you're right. We have Iraq's second Khuzestan campaign. And then, okay, we're gonna have these two working together. Iraq and CPI.
Why?
Because, like, they're kind of working with the slave revolt down here, so it's, like, natural. Don't ask what Saddam did to the communists in Iraq.
Look, it's okay. I forgive him.
I forgive him.
Look, if I had to deal with internet communists, I'd understand the crash shot as well.
I can't even disagree with you. Okay, then because Modi's simping the Gulf states, we'll have them be on his side. And then, like... So if Iran's attacking both of them, we're gonna have to add a fourth side to this war. I think.
A fourth side? You said this is gonna be less complicated.
Okay, actually, oh yeah, well, we're also gonna say that Afghanistan and Iran are naturally at war with each other in this timeline. Okay, so if Saudi Arabia is gonna be backed by the U.S., we'll have. Okay, wait, let me see something. So it was... Balochistan was actually a part of this, though. Alright, so Iran's gonna... Okay. We're gonna have the unholy alliance of Iran and Saudi Arabia.
Actually hurts.
And then... that means the tally is gonna aid... India. Oh, I forgot the Soviet revolt over here. My first clip. Okay, let's just pretend it's right there.
By the way, remember Muslim Drake?
Yeah, what about Muslim Drake? Is he okay?
Yeah, he's okay. He just made a video explaining how Iran is actually not Muslim. And not in the way you think.
I'm assuming it's not because they're Shia.
Yeah, it's because they're Shia.
Oh.
And also because of weird
you said the way that you
racism.
wouldn't expect it. That's exactly what I expected.
And also like some weird ass racism.
Interesting. Actually,
like
it's cursed.
Like he was saying, like they're of Zoroastrian blood, which technically means that they were always kafir from the start. It's like, brother, you're Pakistani.
Oh my god.
Your country was hated before Islam came.
Okay, I think we're gonna.
Are you calling it kafir?
We're gonna have to make Iran its own separate side, but like they're just like a line like that because they're always hating.
They're a lion like that. What's next? Khomeini was a bad person, He started the Islamic Revolution. He hurt Kurds and Baloch. But he was a lion!
Okay, so then we have Armenia and Azerbaijan occupying each other. It's the dumbest thing ever made.
It kind of looks like Azerbaijan is giving the middle finger to Iran.
I would too. Okay, so
I mean, I would too. Didn't you just say he was a lion?
yeah, he was a lion. Okay, so Armenia is gonna work with India, and Azerbaijan will work with U.S.-backed Hindustan to invade Iran. You feel me?
Uh-huh.
We'll have Kuwait obviously be a U.S. invasion, and I forgot about the little Baghdad invasion. It's definitely a revolt by the people, and not just a U.S.-backed color revolution with troops.
It can't be. The U.S. would never lie to us, right?
Never lie to us. Okay, so we're gonna have a bit of a actually no, because Kurdistan's also okay. We're gonna have a fifth side to this war
A fifth one.
with Kurdistan, but then we also have the pro-U.S. Kurdistan right here. Then, of course, we'll have to get Israel, which is currently in the Gaza Strip in the West Bank, but not actually Israel. Assuming Israel exists in the first place, which it doesn't.
It shouldn't, but yeah, I guess so.
Okay, we're gonna have Jordan. We're gonna use the capacity filter because they're constantly switching sides in this war between Iraq and Israel. Let's get this down to 50. So let's get it down to 50. So there we go. We get the perfect balance of power here. Of course, we'll have to get all of Israel's completely necessary buffer states colored in.
You needed a buffer state, forwards, buffer state, forwards, buffer state.
First buffer state. Then, I'm not sure what to do with... Okay. We're gonna... Okay, Turkey is going to, Okay, they're also kind of bipolar, but, they're taking their meds for a little bit, so it's they're gonna be working with Israel to put down Armenia and Kurdistan and Syria. It's kind of like the Allied powers, but instead they're just both made. I don't know who was actually mid in the Allied. Okay, everyone in the Allied powers had something to be mid about, but the Axis were really, really mid. If you catch my drift.
I mean, yeah. I mean, what was there to expect? America had racial slavery. The USSR was doing King Von level deportations. The British Empire was starving India, and France was literally occupied by French people.
Ah, you're right. Okay, then we're gonna have the Ba'athist ally with Iran, obviously, and we're also gonna do the same with the Houthis. That's where their alliance continues to expand.
By the way, have you heard that the Houthis are actually officially allies with China?
Insane. Also, did the Houthis even lose any territory because of the U.S. bombings? I feel like they would have, but I can't tell.
No, they. No, I don't think so. The
Houthis America impresses me with how it makes the most evil odd groups able to be sympathize with them. Okay, so Saudi Arabia is
they're with the U.S., but they're also fighting Israel, who is with the U.S. as well. But like ISIS is with Israel, who's also fighting Saudi Arabia, who's with Israel.
You said this is not going to be complicating.
So like, for this like also at war with Israel, but like allied with them, we're gonna use this color. And then
You reduced fusion by like a little.
with Palestine. Okay, is Palestine gonna ally with the communist or Iran? Or,
I can see them actually being both sides on this.
okay, we're gonna highlight them as okay, let me get 33%. As with India, Iran. I didn't highlight it correctly. Whoops. Okay, let's get a 33% O capacity for this. So we got the communist, and we got India, and we got Iran. So like, they're allied with all of these groups. Okay. And then we're gonna have to, of course, have Israel over here. And then, like, Russia, the Russian Goon Cave is naturally going to be helping out Iran in this. But they're also going to be helping out India.
Uh-huh.
So, like, Sudan's going to be, like... Sudan's gonna... Okay, we're gonna go back to, like, the actual India team here. Then the Amoro Liberation Front is gonna, like, by proxy against Ethiopia, who is a U.S. ally, is gonna align with India as well.
Huh.
Do you like the detail of Amoro controlling none of Amoro?
Yes, I noticed. And I think this is completely dumb. Why the hell are you doing this?
It's peak.
This is not a peak alternate history scenario. This is just
Can
dumb.
you find me that video? What it's like? What if Diddy got every country he got? I know it's like a dead meme, but I need it.
Did he never die?
He never died. Free Jeffrey Epstein, by the way.
Huh?
Free Jeffrey Epstein.
So like, Chad Brigades, how'd you come up with the name? No, we went by multiple names. So what does Jabril even mean? It means something in Arabic. Like, why did you decide to go to the Dragon Maid movie? For the drugs.
For the drugs. For the drugs. Okay, so we have Ethiopia here. So we're gonna have Omoro ally with India. We're also gonna have Eritrea ally with the communists. They're gonna go back to like their old roots here. And then we're gonna have the U.S. invasion here, which is gonna lead to Somaliland allying with India. And then the International Goon Cave can just sit there for a bit.
They just going.
Yeah. Then we have to have Russia's Goon Cave. They just get... Okay, so they're gonna join Iran's side, but they won't do much because they're kind of like too busy A, collapsing in Khartoum, and B, gooning. Feel me?
Uh-huh.
So, like, there's Iran's faction. And I forgot the communists over here in China. They're not at war with the Chinese government. It's just like they're just doing them. They're being themselves over here.
They're just watching all this go on.
Like they send out like fighters to like the territories every now and then. But yeah. Okay. Do we have any questions?
What the fuck does any of this mean?
Okay, to make it a little bit simpler, I'm gonna add another black frame over this. Okay, so Hindustan. I forgot to add another clear frame over it. So Hindustan is at war with India. The Naxalites are at war with both of them.
feel me?
Yeah.
And then Iran is at war with both. Which Afghanistan is also at war with. And like over here, Azerbaijan is at war with Iran, who's also at war with Iraq, who's also at war with Kurdistan. But like Armenia is at war with Azerbaijan as well, means they're at war with Turkey. They're at war with the pro-US Kurdistan and the Ba'athists. He's at war with these two right here. And then, okay, so ISIS is at war with Saudi Arabia, who's at war with Israel. And they're both at war with Iraq. And then, well, I have a little skull here for Jordan to represent their constantly switching sides. And we can just we can color all of this as Israel, who's also invading Kurdistan and like the Ba'athists. Over here. It's like Palestine's at war with Israel's land. Russia's gonna stay out of the moral war. And then Israel's buffer states will be at war with Somaliland along with the US and Yemen. The Houthis are gonna be at war with these guys as well. And like Egypt is gonna the Sudan will launch a limited war into Egypt to reclaim the triangle. Okay, does this make more sense? Oh yeah, there's also the communists who are at war with this communist is only at war with Hindustan, but they're also at war with like the US allies and stuff.
Gemini, can you simplify this even more?
Can you simplify? Okay, so what do you think?
Can you just make an even two-sided war?
No.
3?
Okay, hypothetically, assuming that they somehow came to only doing a two-sided war. Let me just clear all of these out. Okay, somehow assuming this only goes to two sides, which it won't, but whatever. God, it's so much. Just ignore that little line in Palestine. You just know that nobody would be reporting on this other than some random teenager in his basement.
You?
Okay, so we have India over here. Just give you a general idea of all this. So this is kind of sort of removing the communist faction. And then Iraq is really the big thing here because they're at war with both the US and Iran directly. Then you have Israel over here with their buffer state that needed a buffer state that needed a buffer state. Because they needed a buffer state. So, does that give you a kind of a more general idea of it?
Yes.
Alright. Okay,
you wanna like the real solution for all this though, and like any conflict in the Middle East.
Go ahead.
We sink it all into the ocean. Wouldn't you agree?
This was terrible.
No, it's cinema. Okay, but okay, wait. I got something that like make you change your mind on this completely. You want to see?
Sure.
Okay, so this is the color of the sea. You see? You see how this is the color of water?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Spalvard. That took 42 minutes. What?